This lesson is 1.3C3. Here we have two rules that we have to take care of and recognize. First one is when I have sine x over x, it is by default equal 1. One more time. When I have sine x over x, it equals 1. Okay. Here's another rule. 1 minus cos x all over x will equal 0. Okay, so please remember this and recognize this, both of these rules. So sine x over x is equal to 1. 1 minus cos x all over x equals 0. Okay, so we need these rules to solve our homework problems. Okay, so here we have an example. Limit x sine x all over 5x as x approaches 0. Okay, now again, you cannot put 0 in because it will end up undefined. Okay, so what we have to do is do some algebra by splitting this up. So I hope you can see that there's a 1 right here. I hope you can see that there's a 1 right here. So 1 over 5 separated, and then separate sine x over x. Okay, so we're going to separate this into two parts. So the first part is 1 over 5. Again, I hope you can see 1 over 5. Okay, so separate. Okay, again, where did the 1 come from? 1 is always there. Okay, so again, I hope you can see 1/5. So separate, and then sine x all over x, separate into the second part. Okay, so again, separate this out by parts. Okay, all right, so one more time. Where did the 1/5 come from? I hope you can see that there's a 1 right here. So 1 over 5 is the first part. Sine x over x is the second part. Okay, so that is the only way we can solve this, is we have to separate them. Okay, all right, so if you look at this right here, sine x over x, according to the rule right here, according to the rule, sine x over x is 1, always 1. Sine x over x is always 1. So just replace this by 1. Again, where did this 1 come from? From the rule up here. Sine x over x is equal to 1. So just replace this by 1. Okay. And then 1 times 1/5 is just 1/5. Okay, so this is the answer to this problem. Okay, again, how do we solve this problem? You have to separate them by parts. Okay, so part 1, part 2, and there could be many parts. Okay, it's just here that there's only 2. Okay, so again, recognize these two rules. We will use these two rules. Okay. All right, and that will help you to do the homework for this sections and all the homeworks in this sections. Okay, all right.